Hello there. What do you get when you cross a Tyrannosaurus Rex with fireworks? Dynamite! Alright. We are learning to identify ways ancient Indians met their physical needs, in other words, their basic needs, and their social needs, or in other words, the social structure and their religious beliefs. So, we're also learning to identify how ancient Indians used their natural environment. Here's your vocabulary for this particular activity: structure, category, contribute, benefit, challenge, found, effect, and individual. Please add those to your AWL list. Okay, let's begin. You can see the outline here. After the decline of the Indus Valley, a new group of people migrated to India. You can read about them here at Ancient India. How would you feel if you were born into your job and couldn't choose any other life? Let's read about the social structure of India. And you can see the social structure laid out here. Finally, let's read a new way and answer the questions and compare the religions of Hinduism and Buddhism using a Venn diagram, such as this one. Here are the questions. And at the end of it all, we're going to summarize this unit, the Indus Valley and Ancient India unit, all together. In your notes, please complete the chart and question below. Use all the information you learned from the readings, the videos, the games, the quizzes to help you. Answer these two questions. How did ancient Indians meet their basic needs? Food, water, shelter, and air. Make a list of things in the chart in your notes. Also, how did they meet their social needs in terms of their social structure and their religious beliefs? And then number two, how did they use their natural environment? So, think back to what you've learned so far and try to complete this chart. So let's go back up here. Ancient India. Let's start with this one. Ancient India. Keep in mind how the ancient Indians met their basic needs while we read this, alright? When the civilization of the Indus River Valley ended, many new people were arriving from Central Asia to settle in India. The settlers called themselves Aryans. So remember, the word settlers, let me get this a little bit smaller here, to settle, okay, means to stop and live. To settle. So settlers are people who stop and live. These people were called Aryans, the first people that came into India. They did not have a very advanced technology or knowledge. They settled in villages and lived their lives as farmers, growing crops and herding animals. The religion of the Aryans was similar to other ancient peoples. For example, priests sacrificed animals to the gods. We saw this in other civilizations before, didn't we? Eventually, the beliefs of the Aryan people grew into a religion known as Hinduism. Hinduism has changed over time, but is still the main religion in modern India. The main idea of Hinduism is that all humans are part of nature and governed by its laws. So, have a look at this photo. This is the ancient city called Harappa. Alright, it was in the Indus Valley. It was the other major city besides Mohenjo-Daro. It's not really known why the Indus Valley civilization disappeared, although several environmental factors have been proposed. So do you remember we talked about that in a gradual ending? All the different ways that the Indus Valley may have may have declined. So, in what ways did people change their environment? How did people use the environment or interact with the environment to meet their basic needs? Here are your AWL words. Technology, a field of knowledge having to do with the use of science and industry to help solve common problems in life. It's a field of knowledge. For example, technology is used to help solve energy problems. Similar, being almost the same as something else. An example, Lee's handwriting is similar to mine. Or the word eventually. At a future time, in the end, or finally is the meaning. For example, cut flowers will eventually die in the future, right? So eventually. So like I said, how do you think the ancient Indians and the people of the Indus Valley met their basic needs? Let's move on to the social structure in a moment. Let's go back down here to remind you about this chart here. After reading that and anything else that you remember from videos or games or other quizzes, please try to complete this section of the chart now. So pause the video and try your best to do that. Okay? Oops.